Hey, what's up, guys? Dylan Johnson from Soccermag here, and welcome back to another episode. I'm joined once again by Junaid Hardenberg, and today we're going to be talking about Liverpool. We're going to be talking about the Premier League, the title race.
We had a great game. I thought we played well. But you can kind of see the fatigue creeping in, the pressure of the title race creeping in also with the game against Wolves.
Yeah, 100%.
We saw that it's like that second half, how much pressure we were under, how we had to defend. But getting back to the Everton game, it was a good game, I thought. And a lot of emotion. We saw it happen at the end there with Curtis
and Decore and everyone basically.
And Slot and the red cards and all that kind of stuff. But it's exactly what we knew. I think I'm happy with the point. And we move on. So
I think biggest scheme of things, like if you had said to us, you draw at Goodison Park and you're still 7 points clear, like that, there's nothing wrong with that result. I think Everton played well. They deserved a point. It was just heartbreaking how it happened in that, like, the 98th minute insane goal that never ever happens, like centre back hitting it on the volley. I think overall the Wolves game, if we move on to that, was like, again, first half was really good. I think Wolves really weren't troubling us too much. I think we dominated. Like, I think we were creating good chances. And then second half, it kind of felt like the reverse of how our season's been. It's like usually we start slow, and then second half we fix everything, and it's like we look way better. But that last half an hour was genuinely like worrying. I was nervous. I think as soon as Cunha scored, we didn't have anything. I mean, we didn't have a shot for the entire half. Every time we got the ball, it was sloppy. Every time they got the ball, it looked like they were going to do something.
We lost the ball a lot.
In this, especially, like, it was. I don't know what happened. I don't know what changed. I mean, obviously Wolves played a lot better. It's almost like they came out second half like, we have absolutely nothing to lose here. Let's just go for them. And we came out and we're like, we have something to lose here. We just can't. As soon as they scored that goal, it was like we went inside our shells and we were like, we can't drop points here. We can't drop points. And that like ended up making us play worse. It's like we can't drop points. So now we're going to play in a way that's going to make us drop points, basically. So it was worrying seeing that. And I think that was at Anfield. You know, like Wolves we've said the whole season that they're a team that they probably should be higher than what they are. Their performances don't justify how low they are on the log. But you should be banking that game at 2-0. You shouldn't be letting them back in and then looking like you're lucky to scrape through a 2-1 at the end. And I think that's worrying going into, I mean, at the time of filming, if Villa are playing Liverpool tonight, and if we're moving on to that game, I'm seriously nervous about this game.
This is the one you said you were nervous about.
That this game is, I mean, if we play like we did against Wolves, especially that last half an hour, I think we're going to lose. Villa have way more attacking threats because it's basically Wolves are a one-man team. It's Cunha and the rest versus, you know, whoever. Whereas Villa, you know, I know they don't have John Duran now, but Watkins is great. Rashford on his first game looked good. Like
there's a big hype about that.
I think, and Rashford always plays well against Liverpool. That's the 1 or 2 games a season you know he's going to do something. And Villa, they're a strong team, and I know they've been inconsistent this season, but they really could hurt us. So I don't know what your thoughts are, but I'm really nervous for that game.
No, definitely. But I do think we'll come out with a win. I just don't know by how much. It could be a scrape through. It's like you don't know where they are mentally after those 2 results, because that second half against Wolves really showed that there is something.
There is a fragility. Like they are a bit fragile there.
We don't know if it's because of the title race or if it's fatigue or what, but there is something going on mentally. It's like we were scraping through, we were defending that last 30 minutes like it was.
I mean, Quans had to make basically a goal-saving tackle. Players just also looked like slow. They were making bad decisions. Their passes weren't working. I don't know. I think that's like what's made me more worried for these next 3 games, because Villa, City and Newcastle, you can't make mistakes against those 3 teams because they will punish you. And if you 2-0 up against Villa and you give them a sniff and you give them half an hour to play, they will score goals. Same with Newcastle. I think we saw it. I mean, we drew 3-3 with Newcastle. Like, they actually really destroyed us for that first half especially. Maybe a 2-1 again, but I don't see it being a blow over. I think another scrape. It's another scrape this evening. I don't know what your thoughts are.
1-0, I think a scrape.
A scrape, like, if it even, I mean, I know we beat them, was a 2-0 at Anfield, but even then it was like 2 counter-attacks. It wasn't like we absolutely dominated them. So, yeah, 2-1. I think a 1-goal margin, scraped through. Last 20 minutes holding on, or maybe similar to Everton, last 20 minutes get a goal to go ahead and then just hold on after that.
Yeah. Do you see Rashford starting or not?
I have no idea. I mean, it would be probably a good. He'll probably be super motivated, so it'd be a good game to start him in.
Yeah.
Because I can just see it. I can already see it. Like the headlines of Rashford's back, scoring against Liverpool, the United boy at Villa, or whatever, stuff like that. I can see it already. And that's just what happened. Those kind of things always happen.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't see anything wrong with him starting. I think after how he played in his first appearance, like he played well enough to give him a start. Then do you want to move on to this week's games?
We can move on to the
So then game week 26. So just to clarify, Villa Liverpool is the last game of game week 25. If you double captain Mo Salah, unlucky, not as good as my my triple captain week. But yeah, first up we have Leicester versus Brentford. I think Brentford take this one.
Obviously.
Yeah, like
there's a reason why
Leicester aren't playing Spurs, so they're not going to get any points. Brentford 2-0, maybe a 2-1. Then we have Everton versus Man United on Saturday. David Moyes returns to Old Trafford, and he's really turned them around. I mean, they're in great form. I think they're one of the best form.
One of the
best form teams in the Premier League at the moment, and United obviously are not. It's so difficult to bet. Not to bet on United, but predict United scores, because you genuinely, they trash 90% of the time, but then that 10% you never know when it's going to come. I reckon I'm going to give Everton this one, maybe a 2-0.
Yeah, the informed team.
Yeah. I think they have the dog. I mean, if they play like they did against Liverpool, they're going to cruise against United. I think Man United don't have any fight in them at all.
Yeah.
Then we have...
What is your prediction?
2-0.
2-0, okay.
Yeah.
Agree.
Then we have Arsenal versus West Ham, and realistically, I know Graham Potter's there now, but West Ham they're going to get clobbered. I know Arsenal don't really have a striker.
Yeah.
Which is probably going to be a problem for them, but I think they're just better than West Ham. Like West Ham, I think they've been so inconsistent this season.
Very disappointing season for them.
And they've got like X-factor players like Paqueta and Kudus and stuff, but they don't show up regularly enough. And hope I'm wrong, but I just think Arsenal probably take this like 3-1. Yeah. Maybe because they don't have a striker, they won't score 3 goals, but I think they take this game maybe a 2-0.
2-0, yeah.
Another 2-0, that's 3 2-0s in a row. Yeah. And you also 2-0?
I say 3-0.
3-0, okay. Yeah. Bournemouth versus Wolves. Interesting one, but I think Bournemouth at home, they've been in great form.
Yeah.
They got to take this. I'm not going to say 2-0 again. I'll give Cunha a goal, 2-1. 2-1 to Bournemouth. What are your thoughts?
I'm thinking... I think a 1-1. I'm going for a draw, yeah.
Okay. It could be. I mean, Wolves, if they play like they did against Liverpool, they got a point there, 100%. Fulham versus Palace. I'm going to give this one to Fulham. 3-1. Changing it up a bit.
2-1.
Ipswich versus Spurs. Damn. This is a crazy one. We should say Spurs will get this, but I know they just beat United.
Yeah.
But like I said, United are trash 90% of the time this season. Maybe I'll go for 2-2.
Draw. Okay.
2-2 draw.
So I'm not going for 1-0 Spurs.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. With Spurs, I'm so reluctant after that. I was backing them so heavily against Leicester, and I can't back them that comfortably again. Southampton versus Brighton. I think Brighton got to take this.
What's the score?
I mean, they did just destroy Chelsea. Maybe a 3-1. 3-0 Brighton. Nice, comfortable away win. I know it's against Southampton, but...
Yeah, 3-0.
Then Villa versus Chelsea. And again, Chelsea have just dropped off massively since the turn of the year. I think they were obviously the talk about them being in the title race, but they've dropped off so badly. No Nicholas Jackson. Cole Palmer is playing not well at all. I mean, he's trying so hard, but there's nothing there for him, basically. He's getting no help. If he's not providing or scoring, no one is. So, yeah, maybe I give Villa this one. I'm not sure. What scoreline are you thinking?
I'm going for a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw.
Yeah.
I'll give Villa a 2-1 win. I think that Chelsea just aren't scoring enough goals. And they just seem to be conceding more, like a lot. So give Villa the 2-1. Then on Sunday, we have Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest. And last season, you wouldn't think that was a big game, but this is a massive game. Forest starting to get, their consistency is kind of dropping a bit. They're starting to lose a game, win a game, lose a game, win a game. And Newcastle just took a hiding from Man City that wasn't really expected. I think Newcastle Forest they can be so hard to score against. They can just be really hard to break down. I'm going to go maybe a 1-1.
Okay.
A 1-1. Low scoring, Chris Wood goal or something, Morgan Gibbs White goal, and then 1-1.
I'm going 2-1 to Forest.
2-1 to Forest, okay. Saucy away win there. Yeah. But, I mean, Forest are definitely capable. Then the final game, I'm pretty sure it's the final game of Match Week 26 because the next game week starts on Tuesday. It is Man City versus Liverpool, the big one. And I mean, I said before that Villa was the one I was most worried for on the run. And I think I probably still am. But after watching City against Newcastle, they've definitely gone up a level. I think Marmoush looks like a proper player. Gonzalez looks like he's really good. Yeah, it just depends. Like, how do Liverpool show up or not? I think if Liverpool show up, they're better than City. They'll beat them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's just something about the City team. I don't back them the same way that I used to. And they could beat Newcastle 4-0. They could beat Real Madrid at the time of filming tonight. And then they could realistically lose to us. They're just that kind of flippy-floppy form team. I got to back Liverpool. I'm going to go for 2-1 Liverpool. 2-1 Liverpool. But I think, I don't know, it'd be interesting to see because I just feel like now over the past week or two, even against Madrid, like the first leg, they played better than we thought they would. Yeah. So it's difficult to judge right now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1. I agree. 2-1. Same. I think Liverpool will turn up for the game. I think they will be ready for this one. We like to turn up against the big team, so I think we'll turn up. I think the mental side will take a backseat for this one. I think it'll be a one-off game. Like, I think mentally they'll change after these games, but these games are very important. I think this is the title deciding.
Yeah, this run of form.
Yeah. So I think we'll take the 2-1 win there. But like you say, City, I think you lost hope in City because they're not that consistent side anymore. Yeah. It's like, okay,
they're not winning every game
like they used to. Yeah. So I see us taking it 2-1.
But they got that unpredictability about them now that you know what you're getting with City every single time. But now it's like, could they smash us 4-0 like they did against Newcastle?
There's fresh faces now, and
that's like that worrying thing about it. It's like a different kind of thing of like, before it was like, okay, we're gonna go to City, please can we get a draw because they're gonna just have the ball and smash us probably.
Yeah.
But now it's like, could go there and we should get a win. We're better than City now, but they could turn up. You never know what you're gonna get. So that's the end of the predictions for game week 26. Now we're gonna take a look at the run-in for Arsenal and Liverpool, and it's pretty evenly matched. So obviously we're not going to include the Villa game because that's tonight, and then that'll be out of the equation. But essentially Liverpool's run is Man City away, Newcastle and Southampton at home, then Everton at home, Fulham away, West Ham away. Wait, let me just start that all again. Should I include Aston Villa or not?
You can.
Okay. So Liverpool's last 14 games, after this run, after the Newcastle game, which is next in a couple days, in a week's time, the run is a lot easier. But so we start at Aston Villa away, Man City away, then Newcastle, Southampton and Everton at home, Fulham away, West Ham at home, Leicester away, Tottenham at home, Chelsea away, Arsenal at home, Brighton away, and ending the season with Crystal Palace at home. Just going through those first, the Arsenal game could be the title. I mean, it probably realistically, looking at those, I mean, out of the next 7 or 8 games, Liverpool are playing City, Newcastle, obviously Villa tonight, Tottenham and Chelsea before Arsenal. That's, regardless of Tottenham's form and Chelsea's form, those are all massive games. Those are like 5 of the biggest games of the season. So that Arsenal game at Anfield in May,
title decider.
that is probably going to be where, I mean, I don't see, realistically, unless Arsenal slip up, I don't see Liverpool being 7 points clear of Arsenal at that game, because if they are, all they need is a draw and then they've won the league. If there's, as long as they don't lose that game, then they've won the league, because then they can lose Brighton and Palace and still be 1 point clear.
Yeah. How's Arsenal's fixtures?
So Arsenal's
before Liverpool.
up until the Liverpool game. So they have West Ham at home, then Forest and Man United away, not easy. Then Chelsea and Fulham at home, Everton away, Brentford at home, Ipswich away, Palace and Bournemouth at home. Then they play Liverpool, and then they end off the season with Newcastle at home and Southampton away. So, I mean, let's be real. Everton on the way there are going to fold. We know what Everton are going to do. They're going to take a beating on purpose, because they know they get their happiness relies on Liverpool not winning the league. Let's be real. They would rather, I mean, I don't know if they'd rather get relegated. That's a bit intense, but they'd rather lose 8-0 to Arsenal and make sure Liverpool don't win the league than anything else. So, I mean, pretty evenly matched. I think the difference is those that their games before the Liverpool game, Ipswich, Palace, Bournemouth versus Tottenham and Chelsea for Liverpool. That's like those 2-3 weeks before. Having to play Tottenham and then Chelsea and then Arsenal is quite a tough ask. That's 3 big games to get up for. I think that the thing is also like Arsenal's away games are, first, obviously Nottingham Forest, probably the toughest away game outside of Anfield in the Premier League this season. Then Manchester United away, again, we don't know. You have no idea what you're getting there. Everton away, like we said, they're going to roll over 100%. But then it's Ipswich and Southampton, not including Anfield. So the away games are definitely on paper easier than Liverpool's, which are City, Villa, Fulham, Leicester, Chelsea, and Brighton.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably where both teams are going to win their games at home, I think. I mean, I think Liverpool are going to beat Arsenal at Anfield. And even if it's a draw, that still favours Liverpool. Liverpool just can't lose that game.
Yeah.
So the away games, I mean, that's what's going to be the difference. I don't know what your thoughts are.
I don't know. I just think that Arsenal is going to slip up somewhere.
I think not having a fit striker is going to catch up to them.
Yeah, it's going to catch up to them.
So I'm just hoping it's sooner rather than later. If we can have the title wrapped up by the time they come to Anfield, that would be unreal. Guard of honor from the Gunners. Yo, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
So if Liverpool do slip up and Arsenal do slip up, which games do you reckon? I could see Forest for Arsenal.
Forest definitely, yeah.
Man United potentially, because Man United always show up for these games.
Yeah, you never know with United.
And I think Liverpool, they at the very least don't win at Anfield. They won't beat Liverpool at Anfield, and I think that'll be enough if it stays in the same point it is now. And if I look at Liverpool, the next 3 games, Villa, City, and Newcastle, I think most likely are going to be the games where Liverpool slip up.
Yeah.
After that, Chelsea away, Brighton away. But hopefully by then, it'll be not wrapped up, but it'll be comfortable enough.
These next
gap.
3 games, I think it's very important. I think
if Liverpool come out of the next 3 games with a 7-point gap,
yeah,
because there's no way Arsenal go perfect for the rest of the season. I mean, they haven't lost since November, I think, and there's no way they go 7-8 months. I could see there being a game. I mean, for them, Forest going 1-0 down against like Liverpool did early, and then as much as Mikel Merino stepped up against Leicester, I just don't see.
I don't see him doing.
I don't see him doing.
consistently.
Yeah, I don't see him doing that for 5, 6, 7, 8 games. Because then just he's your striker.
Yeah.
Then he is your striker. But yeah, I think Forest definitely the slip up. If they beat, I mean, if it gets to the Liverpool game, the Liverpool versus Arsenal game, and it's 4 points, I'm nervous then. I think because.
But we can't lose.
I mean, a draw there would still be fine for Liverpool.
But we can't lose.
But then we just can't lose a game. Or even if we draw a game, it goes down to the last game of the season.
I don't want that. I want it to be.
I've had that enough times recently, especially with City heartbreak on the last day of the season. That, you know what, I'd rather have it wrapped up before then.
Yeah.